Hi, this is Susan Campfield with SueStampfield.com. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I've got a cute project to show you for St. Patrick's Day. We're going to make this cute little topper for this cellophane bag, and it says Happy St. Patties Day, and inside we've got some peppermint patties. These are the Pearson brand peppermint patties, or you could also use the York ones if you can't locate these. So let me go ahead and show you how to make this quick and simple project. Our penguin comes from a bundle that was in our holiday catalog and is back again in the spring catalog. So the bundle is right here. It's called Snow Place, and it comes with the stamp set and the matching framelits, which are right here. So I'm going to use my Big Shot. I'll be stamping these and then using my Big Shot to cut out the pieces. So I've got my stamp cushion here and a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to take my Memento black ink pad, and I've got my penguin stamp here already mounted on a clear block. You can see that my penguin stamp has been well loved and is getting quite stained, but he still stamps beautifully. We had a lot of fun with this stamp at Christmas time in my classes and events. And it's so nice to see that he can carry through for other events throughout the year, because when do you not want to see a cute penguin, right? I'm using the stamp mat because that's going to be a cushion for me. The photopolymer clear stamps do not have a built-in foam piece, so I get a better image if I use that cushion. So there we've got our cute little penguin. So I've got my penguin, my hat, and my bow tie, along with the matching framelits in my Big Shot and ready to crank it through. I'm using the magnetic platform to hold those in place, and we'll carefully place my top plate on so they don't shift and send it through. So here we go. These are all cut out and ready to go. I believe I forgot to mention I stamped the hat and the bow tie with a Cucumber Crush ink pad. So they're all cut and ready to go. I'm going to take my pumpkin pie marker that comes in the Stampin' Up! Brights collection of markers and just do a little quick coloring on his feet and beak. And then I just want to color the hat band. You can use the basic black marker, or I'm actually using the Project Life marker. You get 2 journaling markers in that pack. This is the thicker one called 05. And it just gives me a little more control. It's a finer tip, so I can really control where that, how thick that band is going to be. So I've got my hat all colored. I'm going to take one of my medium cellophane bags from Stampin' Up! Here, and I'm just going to pop in some of these peppermint patties. Got my patties in there, so now I'm going to attach my topper to my bag and staple it in place. My topper measures at 6.5 by 4 1/4, and you can see the score line there. I scored it at 3 1/4. So 6.5 long, 4 1/4 wide. Fold it in the middle, and I'm just going to tent that right over the bag and add a few quick staples to hold it in place. So now we're ready to add our decorations. This cool green paper, you can see the embossed stripes on there. It comes that way. This comes from the Color Me Irresistible Specialty Series designer paper. That pack has some colored sheets that are pre-embossed like this. It also has white sheets that are pre-embossed. So that if you run out of a certain color, or you want a different color than what comes in the pack, you can take a sponge and your ink pad and color whatever design you want. So I'm going to add this on. I'm just going to use a little snail to adhere that. So I'm just going to quickly show you how to make the shamrock that our little penguin is holding here. I've done that with a series of punches. So I used a little heart from the Itty Bitty Accents punch pack, and my 1/2-inch circle punch, and actually the bird builder punch is where my stem comes from. On the bird builder punch, I actually only want one leaf and then the stem. The leaf is where I'm going to be attaching or building my shamrock. I really don't need these other leaves and I would just have to cut them off, so I might as well just punch it like this. I actually don't need the bird wing for anything, so I'll save that for another project. But now I've got my shamrock stem that I need. And so I'm going to add my hearts, which will be clover leaves, and we're going to need 3 of those. And 1 1/2-inch circle. So I'm going to build this. I'm going to actually use glue dots to put that together. You know how I love my glue dots. So I've got my roll of glue dots here, and I'm going to start by putting one on the back and attaching my circle to my leaf. So the circle is going to become the base of our shamrock. So I'm going to attach my hearts to this. And again, I'm going to use glue dots. So there we've got our little shamrock. And I'm ready to dress my penguin up for the holiday. I'm going to add one thing to his hat first, and that is a rhinestone. So I'm just going to add a rhinestone to my penguin's hat. I took my rhinestones and I took a green Sharpie marker and I colored it green. So I've got one right here. And I'm just going to add that to his hat. So I'm going to use a lot of dimensionals on this to put this together. As you know, I also love dimensionals. And so when you order dimensionals, it says you get 300 in the package because you get 3 of these sheets. Well, actually you get 100 full ones per sheet, but you also get these bonus ones around the edge. And for my little bow tie, not even a half will work. So I actually need 1/4 of a dimensional for that. So I'll flip my bow tie over and pop those on. It's actually the perfect shape when you cut them down. So I've got my bow tie ready to go on. Now we'll add a dimensional to the back of the hat. And again, I'll use dimensionals on the back to attach them to my project. You can see I've got a little exposed dimensional from the hat, and that's just fine. It's going to help it stay on to our topper. Then I have my words here, Happy St. Patty's Day. I printed these off on my computer. And then the last thing we're going to add is his shamrock. And again, I'm going to put a dimensional on the back side of that. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of the 2-way glue pen here on the stem just to keep it from flopping around. And I want to place that so it looks like he's holding it, but I don't want it to cover up the word day. So that looks about right there. Full supply details for this project are on my blog, www.suestampfield.com. Thanks so much for stopping by. Happy crafting!